is get to my guest because we brought this issue up yesterday on these Samsung TVs. Talk about property rights and what's going on in your bedroom. Could this be an issue? Yesterday, we talked about the fact that your smart TV may be a little smarter than you thought, and I promised you I would try to get an expert on the air to talk about this. We're joined right now by Keith Barthold. He's a cybersecurity analyst. He's the CEO of DKB Innovators. Keith, how are you?
Great, doing well.
Yeah, this is spurred some phone calls and a lot of interesting conversation when we first heard about this story yesterday, and it involves Samsung specifically and some of their smart TV sets. What's the issue here?
Yes, so Samsung made a statement that you should use caution when having private conversations around their TV, which makes it pretty interesting for most of our living rooms and bedrooms. The issue is that if you hit the voice activation button on the remote and start saying voice commands like to change the channel or pause the TV, it actually starts transmitting that communication to a third party. Now, Samsung would not initially release who that third party was. They later revealed that it's Nuance, who is a voice translation company that simply takes those commands and sends them to your TV, and not a third-party marketing group like all of us suspected.
So just to understand, not all TVs have this feature, but this is specifically the Samsung with the voice activation, correct?
Correct. But honestly, I think it's a matter of time until we're seeing most of the smart TVs having that feature. And, soon they'll be listening at all times, just like your Amazon Echoes do today, or the new phones that listen for Siri or OK Google.
That was my next question. For those of us who, can now say, Siri, tell me the answer to question X, how do we know that information is not being collected or that it's not monitoring you outside of your specific commands?
Yeah, so the way these devices work is they are always listening, and they're listening for that keyword, so they run in a loop. For an Amazon Echo, as an example, is keeping a local buffer, listening for the keyword Alexa, and then at that point, it will start transmitting information across and carrying out those commands. But there's not a whole lot preventing them from using that information to market services to you.
I guess this is just a sort of a consumer beware issue at this point, because I don't know how many people have this specific model of Samsung, but in general, moving forward, I would assume this technology is going to become more and more common. What's your advice to consumers?
I think it's really being aware that the definition of privacy is starting to narrow, and you're sacrificing that as you surround yourself with these smart devices that are always listening. It's interesting that back in December, Amazon received a warrant and subpoena to provide information to the local authorities in Bentonville, Arkansas, where there was an Amazon Echo found at the scene of a murder crime. So, we've got to be aware that these things are always listening, and they could be used to capture information from us.
We got an email from one of our coworkers who heard us discussing this on the air yesterday, who said he had Samsung smart TVs throughout his house, including one hanging on the wall in his bedroom. So his concern was that the one in the bedroom also apparently has a camera attachment on it. And, I guess you just never know. Did any of this involve data collection through a camera? Would it have the ability to do that?
Not by design. However, hackers would love to be able to get into that and pick up on that. You got to find it interesting that when you see pictures of Mark Zuckerberg at his desk, that there's a piece of black electrical tape covering the camera on his laptop. That should tell us something.
Yeah, that's a good point, because these TVs are considered smart because they either have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi access, correct?
Correct.
So if somebody can tap into your system, they could technically hack into one of those.
Absolutely.
All right.
Just like a laptop can be hacked into, and that camera and microphone can be captured.
Well, better to be forewarned, I say. Keith Barthold, thank you so much. Appreciate that. The CEO of DKB Innovators. Have a great day, Keith. So if you're smart, you've gone home or will go home either last night or today, and you make sure that voice recording thing is off on your television, because I had no idea. I don't have a Samsung, but I had no idea that was being sent back to a third party. Who knows what they're doing with it? Now, not that you're probably talking about life or death matters in front of your TV, but you heard him say that they've subpoenaed, tried to get information out of that Echo device, or was it Echo? One of those devices they found at a murder scene. Wow. We're slaves to our technology, and then we're caught up by it sometimes too. Huh?
And now I kind of want to have something for safety like that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, if anybody bursts into my house, at least somebody will have it recorded, you know?
I didn't think of it that way.
So
That's good.
it can go both ways.
Should get a gun. Safer. Better technology.
That too.
Better technology.
I'm just saying, if I'm not there,
okay,
then I can find out.
314-969-9797, 866-455-9797. A lot of people calling in, still wanting to discuss this issue of transgender rules, or either from the federal government or maybe the bill that's going to be rolling its way through the Missouri State Legislature soon. We have an interview with Senator Ed Emery coming up for you at the top of the hour. He's introduced a Student Safety Act, is what he's calling it, in the Missouri Senate. All that in your phone calls right after this.
This is the Mark Cox Show. Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Any morning fog quickly burns away, and we've got a sunny and warm afternoon across the St. Louis area, the high close to 80 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy. It stays very mild, 55. Thursday, partly sunny, a spot thunderstorm. Still warm, 75. Much the same on Friday, 68 on Friday. The colder weather in here Friday night and over the weekend. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
The Mark Cox Show is sponsored in part by Granite Transformations. Let them transform your kitchen, bath, or commercial space. Explore the wide selection of products in their beautiful showroom in Chesterfield or online at granitetransformations.com. They have the perfect solution for your next project. Join us this Sunday at Merrimack Community College for Soups on St. Louis. Great event. Let me tell you what, did it last year, had a great time, got to be one of the judges, got to sample the soup from dozens of restaurants, soups and desserts. Here's just a few of them: Amigos, Billy G's, Canyon